In a quiet mountain village surrounded by whispering pines and the slow rhythm of life, there lived a young archer named Kaido. His precision was unmatched. Arrows flew from his fingers like extensions of his breath. Straight, silent, unstoppable. He trained from dawn to dusk, perfecting every motion, the posture, the grip, the moment before release. The villagers would gather just to watch. He could split fruit at 100 paces, pierce a leaf mid-fall, or strike a bell without making it ring. With every perfect shot, their admiration grew, and so did his pride. "No wind can move my aim," Kaido declared one morning, standing tall before a crowd. He notched an arrow with ease, a slight smirk on his face. "My hands are true, my eyes sharper than the storm." The crowd applauded. Some whispered in reverence. Others bowed as if before a shrine. "He is more than human," they murmured. But at the edge of that crowd, leaning quietly on a worn walking stick, stood an old man in a faded kimono. His eyes watched not the arrow, but the boy's pride. The old man stepped forward slowly, his straw sandals scraping against the earth. His face was weathered, unreadable, but calm. "You are skilled," he said softly, "but tell me, do you understand the wind?" Kaito laughed, not cruelly, but with the confidence of someone certain. "What does wind matter? I aim with focus, with strength." The old man nodded, unfazed. "Then come," he said. "Let us climb." No further explanation, just a voice like a breeze brushing the edge of a storm. They walked in silence, the village growing smaller behind them. Mist clung to the trees. The trail narrowed, winding between cliffs and roots. Birds grew quiet. Kaito's steps slowed. The air shifted. He sensed that this was no ordinary path. Finally, they reached it. A swaying rope bridge stretched across a deep ravine. Far below, wind howled like a restless spirit. The old man stopped, his cane tapping once on the wood. "Here," he said, "we begin." "Shoot," the old man said, pointing across the bridge. Tied to a distant post fluttered a red ribbon, barely visible through the shifting air. Kaido narrowed his eyes. The bridge creaked beneath his feet. The wind tugged at his sleeves. The ribbon danced wildly like it was laughing at him. He hesitated for just a breath, then stepped forward, raised his bow, and pulled back the string. The world narrowed to target an arrow. He released. The arrow flew, fast, clean, and curved sharply off course. It vanished into the canyon without a sound. Kaido blinked. He tried again, and again. Each shot was pulled off by the wind. Each miss stung sharper than the last. His breathing grew shallow. His confidence cracked. The bridge creaked louder. The wind rose. It felt like the trees themselves were laughing. He lowered his bow, jaw clenched, pride unraveling with every gust. "The wind cheats," he muttered, fist tight. "This isn't a test of skill. No one could hit that." His voice trembled, not with fear, but frustration. He turned to the old man. "Why did you bring me here? To make me fail? To humble me?" But the old man didn't flinch. He simply waited, his silence heavier than judgment. The wind wrapped around them both like a riddle with no answer. The old man stepped to the edge of the bridge, looking not at the target, but into the chasm. "The bow is not your master," he said, "nor your hands, nor your eyes. The world moves. So must you." Kaito stood silent. "What guides the arrow, then?" he asked. The old man looked at him, eyes soft. "Stillness," he said. "Not the kind without movement, but the kind that doesn't resist." The wind howled. The bridge swayed. But Kaito did not. He closed his eyes. He stopped aiming. He listened. To the air brushing against his skin. to the tension in the rope, to the rhythm beneath the chaos. He waited, not for silence, but for alignment. And when it came, that brief pause between two breaths, he opened his eyes and moved. His arms lifted slowly, fluidly. The bow rose. The string drew back, but this time not with force, with surrender. His breath stilled, and then release. The arrow slipped into the air like it belonged to the wind. It danced, curved, leaned into the current, and sliced the ribbon in two. The red fabric lifted, floated, spun, weightless. The boy exhaled, and for a moment, the whole world stood still. The ribbon floated like a whisper, spiraling up into the canyon wind. Kaito stood motionless on the bridge, his bow lowered. No roar of triumph, no smile of victory, only quiet. His heart beat slow, not from fear, but release. Behind him, the old man finally nodded. "You didn't force it," he said. Kaito spoke softly. "I didn't aim." The old man smiled, eyes glinting. "You didn't need to." In that stillness, the boy realized, hitting the mark wasn't mastery. Becoming part of the wind was. They descended the mountain trail together, the sky now painted in twilight. Birds sang low, mist curled around tree roots. Kaito no longer walked with the pride of a perfect archer, but with the silence of someone who had listened deeply. He did not speak. The old man did not need to. Each step down the path echoed something new, not achievement, but understanding. The village lights appeared in the distance, like stars waiting at his feet. He was going home, but not as the boy who had left. The next morning, children gathered in the village yard, giggling, eager. Kaito sat cross-legged in the center, the bow across his knees. His posture was calm, not commanding, just present. A small girl asked, "How do you aim so true?" He looked at her, then at the breeze shaking a nearby tree. "I listen," he said. "To what?" another child asked. He smiled gently. "To everything." He picked up his bow but didn't shoot. Instead, he closed his eyes, and they watched, not the arrow, but the stillness before it. In the quiet hours of the afternoon, one of the elders sat beside him, watching the sky. "You've changed," the old man said. Kaito nodded. "I thought the path was about hitting a target. And now? Now I think it's about missing until you stop needing to aim." The elder laughed softly, a sound like wind through reeds. "You've begun," he said, "only begun." And both of them sat still, as leaves danced between them, and the sun traced shadows slowly across the ground. That night, Kaito stood alone, where the village ended and the trees began. No bow, no target, just wind. It moved gently past him, curling into the folds of his robe, whispering through his hair. He closed his eyes, breathed. There was no more proving, no more pride, only presence. And far away at the bridge, the red ribbon, or another like it, swayed once more in the dark. It didn't need to be tied. The wind remembered, and so did he.